Off, it's the triple Tark team for DB10. The idea of using 3 dogs in a dungeon has been around for a while. In fact, this one dates all the way back to circa May of 2016. Simple in concept, it uses a Verd, a Galleon, and 3 Tarks. If you were to just take out the Galleon, this would look eerily similar to folks who are familiar with another team that we're going to talk about later on in the video. And this team was all possible thanks to Tark's 3rd skill, Group Hunt, which brought multiple allies with him to attack. You run Galleon for defense break and benefit from the attack bar gain of Verd. We're jumping from DB10 to R5 with the Katarina R5 speed team. Get some homies together with a bunch of Katarinas, the Wind Valkyries, and you can just light the boss up. That intro is admittedly a bit of an oversimplification. It gets a little bit more complicated when it gets down to brass tacks and it's time to speed tune, especially considering that this team was out there in the world before solo R5 was even a thing. So if you were to do this, you really needed some guildies or friends to help you out. And that requires an admirable level of communication. Jumping ahead, but staying in R5, after the introduction of the Lightning Emperors, Baelger, the Fire One, started taking Katarina's place as the ideal damage-dealing unit for teams in R5. The BJ-R5 comp was born. Baelger was the B, but the J is Jansen, the Dark Viking, who also, fun fact, has the longest skill cooldown on his skill 3 in the game. At least before skill ups, but you know, what fun would it be after skill ups, right? So in its earlier days, the BJR5 comp, similar to its predecessor, also required you to queue up with multiple friends. But once solo R5 came around, it still persisted because you could use the BJR5 comp as one of your teams and then supplement it with 2 others that are more akin to a starter team or a tankier setup. This one has really stood the test of time. Jumping ahead to September of 2020 with the Trickeroo comp. This was originally discovered by folks from the Japanese community in Summoner's War, but it was quickly picked up by everyone worldwide, and it soon became the benchmark for both speed and efficiency. This team could do it all. Dragons, TOA, and a few other things. It was a phenomenon, and it became so fun to try to get that first clear with your Trickeroo team, hitting those... What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to Summoner's War. This time again for some more account reviews and progression tips. I feel like it's been a little while. If for some reason this happens to be your first time being here for account reviews and progression tips, let me tell you how this goes. So I hang out in chat channel 11 all, and then if you have any questions about your progression, your account, a particular dungeon, or anything, you just let me know what that question is and what your handle on Twitch or YouTube is in the chat. So that way I know who I'm talking to. I'll jump on your island and I will do my absolute dangdest to try to answer your question. Let me say hi to folks in chat real quick. Ultra Deathlord, welcome back. Good to see you, my friend. Mr. PPHP is in chat. Lucifer, no, that's a big number. What's going on, Lucy? I'm doing great, dude. It says, yo, how's Evan today? Evan is great today. Evan's having a good day. Frankly, it's going by a little bit too fast, to be honest. I could use a little bit more time to get everything done today. P.S. Schroeder, P. Schroeder, what's up, dude? Mad Expert, Ultra Deathlord, on Miyuji. That is so nice of you. Thanks for helping us clueless people. No, bro. Honestly, on Miyuji, it's so humbling doing these things all the time. Like, we have such a repository of knowledge here in the chat. Like, so many knowledgeable people, folks who've been playing the game longer or more effectively than me for a long time. But I do my best, you know. So together, between me and the chat, we'll get you answers to whatever you need. So again, I'm hanging out in chat channel 11 all. Take your time to get over here today. I've already preemptively stopped the farm so that way we can help folks as they come in here. YouTube, what's going on? Cool Guy says, hey, first, can confirm Cool Guy was in fact the first. Neko Train, good to see you. Fastlix, welcome back. Brand Walk and more. Glad you guys could be here. Good to see account reviews is back, says Fastlix. Dude, I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's been a weirdly long time in between, but we've had a lot of stuff going on, right? We had the show match. We've had the collaboration. Fastlix, super fast. Look at the draw, quick draw on that. Already has a replay for us. Oh, dude, the balance patch. We haven't even talked about the balance patch, chat. Wait a minute. We have so much to chat about. Look at this. Dude, it's got Erechion. These are like very interesting 33 leads, by the way. Like Trinity and Erechion. Kind of crazy. Salve, Shiga Ninja. Salve, Lindão. Tudo beleza? Wow. Wow, dude. Yeah, people were saying that, I was seeing that Apps is live. Also Raigeki, both of them featuring a title. Beleza, eu também. Both of them featuring a title with Erechion in it. Which is crazy. I could not believe it. When I saw at the bottom that he got that 33 lead, I was like, this is big for him. This is a big day. Look at that. Great proc. Super effective. He's pretty fun. So folks in chat, if you happen to have him, please let me know what you think of him so far, because I don't have him. Michael has him, but I have not gotten much experience with this monster so far. The only one that I have on my account is the fire one. So there's that. Just got Dark Gandalf as my first LD5. Congratulations, dude. That's awesome. That is phenomenal. Yeah, so you know what? We'll go through the balance patch as we get time. There's Ultra Deathlord in there. Oh, Ramya. That's Onmyuji. So Ultra Deathlord and Onmyuji, do you guys need assistance? Tell me what you need help with. I would love to help you if I can. Oh my gosh, dude, the LDs that are on here. I don't think you need any help. Look at this, dude. Ramya, look at that. Amazing dungeon times. Phenomenal. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of making myself at home here. I'm just looking around. I'm doing exactly what like everybody's mom thought that guests would do when they come into your house. Like, you got to clean your room because, you know, they're going to go room to room with a magnifying glass and make sure that everything's in its place. That's exactly what I'm doing right here. Someone said, watch my replay. Which replay? Are you in the right chat channel? I'm in chat channel 11 all. I know it defaults to English. I'm in all. Sorry about that, Lone Wolf. Send it again. I need help, but more than anyone can help with. I don't know about that, dude. Let's see. Can you check mine out? I'm cool guy. T-Bin. You got it, dude. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Congrats on this. The first LD5. How long have you been playing? 159 days. That, dude, it took me a lot longer than that to get my first LD. I'll tell you that. My first LD came in 2020. I was hanging out with Seppi at the time. We were recording some stuff over at his place, and I had one LD scroll in a dream. I said, you want to see a quick Gianna in the morning? And it was Lydia. My account is beyond help. What's with all these negative Nancys today in the chat? You tell me. Tell me the question. I'll decide if it's beyond help. How about that? How about that, JJ Dub? I don't think you're beyond help, bro. I've had it for like 6 years. You're good. You're good, bro. Okay, so let's see. What do you got going on right now? What's going on? I had it for like 6 years. Sent. We can check that out in just one moment. Guys, let me answer a question, or let me just answer a message real quick. Awesome. Okay. Oh, dude, you've already got like you've already got multiple speed teams set up here. You are looking good, dude. For just 129 days played, this is quite a bit of progress. You've already cleared TOA. I honestly, when people come to me looking like this, muito obrigado, Shigemisa. No. So in here, now I start thinking, what do we want to do for like RTA? That's kind of like where I like to go. I don't know if you're currently playing RTA or anything like that. And I'll take a look at that, Lone Wolf ASAP. Evan, Miha, crazy news, just pulled Velasca. Stosh, what? What, bro? You just got Velasca? You're crazy. Oh my gosh, dude. You found the magic scroll, dude. Congratulations, Stosh. Wow, dude. What an LD5. She is so fun. Congratulations. You can now start doing some of my most wanted to do comps, you know? And also, what a time to pull her when Carlos got a buff. Dude, her plus Carlos, that's like a guaranteed fun time in RTA. Congratulations. Literally LD pieces and wasn't even looking at the game. I'm telling you. Yeah, ban Stosh. Let's ban Stosh real quick, mods. Can we just get a perma ban for pulling Velasca before me? Yeah, now you got to get the Carlos, because like her plus Carlos plus the light robo, that's a fun time. Guaranteed. That's got the Evan seal of approval on it right there, baby. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Oh, the channel is 11 all. 11 because the game's 11 years old. So, you know, I like to tick it up by 1 every year just because I think it's cute. I don't know if anybody else thinks it's that cute, but you know how it is. Okay, so you got Josephine. You got some great counterplay here. You got Amber for debuff comps. You got Parjanya. That's pretty great. Okay, and then let me see what's going on here. Arika, amazing Daphnis, who also got a buff in the same patch.
I still don't know how to rune the Wind Aragorn. We can maybe talk about that too. Bruno, what's up? Salve, Bruno. Check my Parjanya out too. Yeah, the Parjanya is looking spicy, dude. Oh my gosh, nice speed on this. Plus with the defense you need, this is a great Parjanya. And 50% accuracy, which a lot of people would say is probably like the perfect amount of accuracy for people that require it as well. That's great. Oh, and you've got the Wind Werner back here. You got John Kyson. This is awesome, man. And the Dark Gandalf. Oh, with 208% crit damage. Hey, is it worth it to Devilmon Jean? Pretty early game, and I just skilled Teshar and the Homunculus. JT, first time in chat, dude. I'm so glad you made it today. Welcome to the stream. So, is it worth it to Devilmon Jean? Is the question. So, there's a little bit of baggage to that because Jean mostly only sees play in like PvE scenarios within the game, and by scenarios I don't mean the literal scenarios. I mean you'll probably use it for Trial of Ascension. Jean is great, but like if you're short on Devilmon supply, I would probably hold them for other people. Technically speaking, if you really wanted to, you could farm the skill ups for Jean. I'm not telling you should. I sure as heck didn't. I Devilmoned my Jean. I don't regret it, but at the same time I'd love to hear what the chat has to say about that. To me though, you could, but you'd have to be resigned to the fact that it's like, okay, I'm using this monster for Trial of Ascension, and I'm probably not going to see a ton of play with her elsewhere. Now, the exception to that is my friend and coworker Michael, who has a Nyx, the Dark Fairy King. That thing is awesome with Jean, because he extends debuffs. So with Jean, you could essentially permanently provoke the enemy team, which is amazing. Catfish, congrats on the light Legolas. Chat, I'm gonna need y'all to slow down on this news of awesome LD5s, please. Do new players no longer get a fully skilled up Jean? That's during the Sky Fever season. Normally, it's normally during the Sky Fever season, I believe, that they give the brand new, the new fully 6-star, full max level, full skill, and with like runes and stuff. That's what that is. But yeah, so they come and go. They come and go for sure. So, Jay, what am I trying to say? So, short answer is yes, it's okay to Devilmon her, but I would just say, like, maybe you have other priorities. I'm not sure. Like, if you have other priorities, perhaps you could go there instead. Currently, instead of Jean, I'm using an Undevilmon Second Awakened Spectra with a Tyron the Water Sylph as my crowd control sources, as well as, like, Veramos for Trial of Ascension Hard. That's, like, part of my free-to-play team for Trial of Ascension Hard. So, really, I don't know if you need to. And then for TOA Heck, right? TOA Hell, she's great for that as well. She's great. Okay. Let's keep looking through here. So Gandalf attacks all enemies twice. Each hit ignores effects that resist death and stuns them for 1 turn. When attacking on your turn while it's on cooldown, it ignores effects that resist death and stuns the enemy with a 50% chance. That's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. He's comparable to Grogan in certain ways, but I think his scaling is different. Could be fun to play like a crowd control comp. I see that you have a couple options here, and Hathor just got a buff too. So you have is this what I think it is? Yeah, so there's an AoE strip. If you were to go for something like, oh, and you've got Provoke here. You have a lot of crowd control. Yeah, you actually have a lot of crowd control effect in here. You got Provoke here too. And you got Snipe with Daphnis. And this as well, dude. Yeah, your account is really suited for this. What I would just try to look for is if you wanted to play that in, say, like RTA, I would just look for enablers. I would look for something that, like, opens up the enemy team, like AoE strip options, and then play with the crowd control. Let's go back home and catch up with some of the other people in chat. And I owe Lone Wolf in Arena Replay Viewing. Plays with the Water Gandalf, the Light Legolas, up against the newly buffed Erechion. Jordan, Jaeger with buff destroys new Gandalfs. Oh, that's awesome. I hope pull Gandalf before end of collab. Yeah, me too. When is my summon day? I think it is towards the end of the month. I think it's like the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. 28th. Sarah pulled me juice last Monday, bought my LD blessing between Salah and Light Gojo. Then within 15 scrolls pulled me Mookwool. What? Jay Gray. Dude, Jay Gray is spreading the good word about Sarah's polls right now. That's awesome. By the way, guys, I just wanted to check. Are you guys hearing any music? I'm currently not. I just wanted to make sure that how's the audio? Things coming through okay? Just checking. If there's no music, maybe we can remedy some of that. I'll check on the back. Good on the music. Amazing, Stosh. Thank you. That's great. I'm going to tape I am hearing music. Great. Perfect. Let me just go ahead and take a sip of this. Oh, Legolas looks... The animations look great now that it reflects the number of arrows that are being sent out. Audio is perfect. That's what I like to hear, guys. Thank you. That's what I like to hear. The double Draken warriors is so cool. It's nice to see these monsters like seeing some play, because they are very cool. And yeah, Erechion just didn't have enough. Whoever... Oh, the multiple hits from Legolas. That's sick as heck. Yeah, the song's bop. Nice. You're welcome. Cool Guy Wrecked. You're welcome, dude. I also have a dot team, too. Honestly, that fits your account very well. Yeah, you've got a lot of, like, debuff-oriented stuff. I bet your dot team is something kind of like a Nora, maybe a Rika with an Amber to conclude, right? The Amber is extremely synergistic for you, dude. Congrats. I actually... There's... Legolas popping off, low-key. Yeah, your account's great. Your account is great. You know, something about the new skill animation feels like a secret buff to Legolas. Do you guys feel that? You feel what I'm talking about? Like, now his hits have a lot of impact. They definitely, like, wanted to do this from the beginning, I bet, but maybe it was just something they couldn't get done before the release of the collab, so they just released it ahead. It feels phenomenal. So a great job. I'm feeling a couple of monkey solos right now. Whoa, Legolas, chill! Dude is the new Rauk. Dude is the new Rauk, for real. Oh, what do you guys think about, like... hold on, wait a minute. Can I see the oops. Wait a minute, I tapped on update notice. Let me see this. I wanted to see this real quick. So let me ask chat. Chat. Who won the balance patch? Tell me your answer. Who won the balance patch? I think it is probably Erechion, with the way that people are talking about him early. But it's hard to say. Jaeger, because you own him? I don't own Jaeger. My Jaeger got buffed. There we go. That's a win, baby. Also, so, like, how destroyed is the Fire Indra? How destroyed is he? Wind Dragon buff was awesome, but I'm super excited for Wind Tanjiro. Yeah, dude, I've heard people talk about that. Is it pretty bad now? I haven't played with him since the buff landed. Or, since the buff, sorry. The nerf. That was cope. That was internalized cope coming out. Can you help me with advice for new artifact teams? I haven't made new ones in quite some time. Oh, dude, yeah, we can chat about some potentially new artifact teams. Honestly, man, I was experimenting with something and it didn't work the way that I wanted it to. PPHP, I think there might be a way to make the Fire Centaur Knight team work for Steel Fortress. There might be a way to make it. I got it to work a couple times, but like it didn't feel consistent enough for me to recommend it. I just feel like it's right there. So Fastlick says Hathor comes second for me. Yeah, Hathor. Is she this far down? There she is. Delayed Promise. So now it resets the enemy's attack bar and grants Oblivion for 1 turn. That is awesome. I know. No, Lucy, me too, dude. I actually only have the Fire Indra. So he has had like... He had literally probably like 15 minutes of fame. Like, that was it. But I wish her Oblivion would last 2 turns instead. Oh my god. I know, but like... The problem with Hathor is if you give her too much of anything, then all of a sudden you're back at Gani Hathor. Like, you know, it's... so you gotta be pretty careful with her. Okay. Back in chat here. So we looked at Leo Wolf's here. Okay, Ultra Deathlord shared this. So that goes under the threat state while enemies attack with a single target. Oh, and that's the description of threat state. Proportionate to your max HP and stun them for 1 turn with a 50% chance. Increases attack power of the ally with the highest attack power for 1 turn and teams up with the ally. So it's a team up and defense breaks. I love defense break on a team up. Honestly, I think if I were to rune a unit like this, I would probably do it with... I'd probably do like a Violent Will if I could. Super tanky. You could probably do speed, crit damage, HP on your 2, 4, 6 slots. I just don't know what the scaling's like. He's a nat 4. That makes me a little hesitant to recommend crit damage, but he does do damage based on HP. So if you want to check it out, you could give that a try. That's probably a pretty safe way to try it, and then see from there. Oh, and then there's the Dark Gandalf, which we've seen amazing crit rate and crit damage. Fastlix sharing the win. Gandalf, congratulations. I think this is potentially a really cool monster. This is so Gandalf as a character in this game, right? The wind one. I think this could be like a cool answer to a problem that's just gotten solved by the balance patch, right? Like, you know, because making people immune to attack bar decreasing effects. Well, I shouldn't say that, right? It also makes them immune from the attack bar reducing effects of like the newly buffed Hathor, unless she oblivions this, and then Oliver as well. Like Oliver is going to try to reduce your attack bar too. So, Lucifer says, have you seen the new speed team for dragons with Frodo? I don't know if I've seen the exact one that you're referencing. I know that we were using Frodo in there. In fact, I used Frodo. I don't think I have him in my team currently, but I did use Frodo for it. The Dragon Warriors just got pushbacks. Yeah. Okay. And then, is this another replay or is this the same replay? That looks like it might be the same replay, right? Yeah, it's the same replay, but that's great. Am I in the right one? Yes. So Krampus here. Did you need help with anything? Let me know if you need help. I could use some advice on building a Dragons team. I don't have good enough runes for the Agrius teams, I think. Replay. I think, hold on a minute. Let me see. Oh, this is not current. What am I currently using for? I think my team, I don't want to recommend my Agrius team to you because I was trying to go the extra mile to try and make it free to play except for Agrius, and I think it's too slow. So let me see what I can do to see if we can find you a good Dragons team. What are you running right now? That's the question. So currently you're using a form of the starter team. Yeah, that's me. Awesome. So you're Krampus. Salve, Daniel Carioca. What's going on, dude? How are you doing, by the way? Are you feeling okay? Just know dude, love you, brother, okay? Please take care. Please be well. I'm thinking of you, man. And then we also have, so we've got an iteration on the starter team. Let's see if we can spice this up a little bit. Let's go and see what you got. Brother Art. What's up, dude? What is up, Brother Art? Just kind of browsing for a second. Let's see what we got. Nice Lamila back there. Actually, Frodo might be an answer to your problems here. I'm tripping with my wife. She's birthday today. Oh, tell her happy birthday. Tell her happy birthday from me. Lulu Rack. Hello. Frodo might actually be the answer here. So I know a lot of people are using Frodo currently, right? Because he guaranteed gives an attack buff to all allies as long as he didn't remove anything. So that means if you have him move first, he gives attack buff to everybody. I'm glad, Daniel. Happy birthday, Daniel's wife. Yeah, yeah, everybody say happy birthday to Daniel Carioca's wife. Happy birthday from all of us here. Frodo might be the key to success for this, dude. I wonder. Oh, whoa. Look at this, dude. Also, I have Fridrion. What is Fridrion? Dragon Scales. The passive. Increase your defense for 2 turns whenever you're granted with a harmful effect. Any harmful effect that was once applied to you cannot be reapplied in the same battle. In addition, if you're granted with this... Bro is low-key Maharaga. Like, I don't know why I just made this come... I don't think I realized this at the time, but bro literally just adapts. Like, this is... With this treasure I summon, I would kill for a skin like that, bro. I would kill for a skin. But, you know, obviously, you know, that's not... Look, he's actually adapting. In addition, if you're granted with the same harmful effect again... reflects the harmful effect back at the caster where it covers their HP. Bro is actually Maharaga. That's awesome. I never noticed that. That makes me love this monster, actually. That is so cool. Okay, so let's talk options. So if you're trying to breach into like a dragon's speed team here, and you don't feel like you can necessarily make the Fire Centaur Knight work, do you happen to have Kyle? Do you happen to have the Kyle team pieces available? Because you might be surprised about the Kyle team. We actually have an in-depth video about the Kyle team on the channel, and I know there's a couple other guides out there too from different creators. But like, I was able to make the Kyle team work, and that was before Liam got his AI update. So I think now you might actually be able to make it happen. What would you say is like your strongest crit damage source? So that way I can just kind of get a look at some of this stuff. Like, do you have a unit that you're particularly proud of in terms of like crit damage? Just so that way I can, like, dude, this is actually almost, so this is fatal, but like this is like more crit damage than is necessary to make Kyle work. And you're almost there on crit rate, because so the thing about the Kyle team, you need a good amount of crit rate. I think you need about like, I mean, technically you can get away with 85. I'm not, but you should have 100, because there's only 2 fire monsters in all of Dragons, right? There's the mid boss, which is Zyros, and the dragon itself. There's only 2 fire monsters in Dragons, which means that you're only getting the 15% increase to crit chance on 2 monsters out of all of the ones in the dungeon. But I don't have 100% on my Kyle. So, you know, do as I say, not as I do. But what I'm trying to say is, just based on the crit damage that I'm seeing here and like the estimation of crit rate, I think you might have what it takes. I would give the Kyle team a look, dude. I really would. I would give it a look and see what's going on. Frodo is actually good for both giants and dragons. Soft AoE damage and defense break on skill 1. Yeah, dude, I am very impressed with him, actually. So, MTH, how are you using him in giants and dragons? I think I could get 100 crit rate. What's the minimum speed I'd need? The speed is a little bit... Let me go find it. I don't have it on hand here. Let me go see here. Hold on 1 second. The problem is I think I changed my runing on this. So I think mine's plus 86. Oh, and mine's only 80 crit rate, dude. Mine's only 80, which means that technically I'm off by 5, but it still works, even with like just the Kyle, which is Water Dalsim as well. Please note that is not my team, actually. This is not necessarily the team. So my team is actually featuring a very fast Lauren. Let me show you. Let me just show you the comp. I don't think it's still rune to work. And then this. So this is actually my version of the comp. This is the one that I've been using, but I think you can get it even faster if you were to use, like if you were to implement a Frodo into this somewhere, or like if you were to do something like that, or if you were to use the Liam. Like I said, the Liam AI was different when I made that comp. Okay. Going back in here, Krampus. So Krampus is Lucy, right? Oh, Kanagi. Hey, chat. Hey, Evan. How are you? Good, thanks. How are you? Toshiga Ninja. Dude, it's nice to see you. Folks, can I do a quick shout out again here? Because Lula RAC in chat used command SWGC. So Guardians Club for 2026 just opened up registration. And that's a really big deal, because the Guardians Club is a really good way to get the best merch that Summoners War has to offer, and it is completely free to join. So I implore you, if you are at all interested in merch, in free merch, please use command SWGC. It is absolutely something you should be a part of if you match up with the prerequisites. And the prerequisites are all in the website, and also that survey that's linked when you use command SWGC. So thank you for that. Thank you for posting that. Please apply. It's great. It is only good. It can only benefit you. Okay, it's going awesome. I get to look at my favorite streamer and I get to say hello to you. Oh, that's so sweet, dude. That is so nice. Let me take a sip of water, guys. Hydrate, chat. Okay. Oh, monster info. How should I build my Gojo? Wait, these aren't Gojo, but man, they're good monsters. Fast monsters too, through above 300 on the ladder too, which is really nice. What's next for my account? What is next for my account? What a question, dude. What's next for you? Okay, let's find out. Genie, Evan, school me, bro. I'll try, Genie. You say, what are we gonna do? What's the plan? What are you playing with right now, by the way, Genie? What's your comp in RTA? Oh, the artifact dungeons. Wait, we forgot about the artifact dungeons. We were gonna talk about the artifact dungeons. We were gonna try to like find a comp. So PPHP, what I was gonna tell you, this failed, unfortunately. But you know how some people were using Sonya for like punishers for a little while? I thought it'd be really spicy to use Sonya and Destiny because I have both, right? Because Destiny was my second Nat 5, my second LD Nat 5. Unfortunately, Destiny's AI forces her to use skill 3 more often than skill 2, so it didn't really work. It was kind of cool. It worked sometimes, but it was not awesome. Teacher Evan on the air. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let me use my oh, wait. Bro, you're so funny. You're killing me, dude. By the way, here is a great example of a Dragons team if you can make it. So you guys notice here, right? So the team in question here is actually not sub 1 minute. It's 1 minute and 10 seconds. However, I guarantee you that this is a great team because I've used this team, the Deva Martina comp for Dragons. If you run this, dude, you could actually replace Raok and like you could get some pretty serious upgrades in terms, like you could do a Rage Veramos just to get additional, like just to make it a little faster because he hits with max HP, right? And legitimately it'll speed it up probably by about like 10 seconds or something, or maybe even 20. I think 50 something is usually what it is, but this team is pretty much incapable of failing. Shane Bear says, how behind is this chat? Honestly, I don't know. I'm so sorry if you sent that like I don't know when you sent that message. I'm so sorry. Wait, do a test. Do a test. Send another message. I'm literally watching right now. Send a message and we'll find out. Is Destiny in my Destiny? Is the Maximilian Hall of Heroes coming soon? No, sorry, dude. Sorry, bro. Maximilian Secret Dungeon. I wish, but it's not. So Fastlix, maybe for you, you could, like, if you wanted to shave a couple seconds off, like, this is a great example of a team that just won't fail in Dragons. And like, if you're comfortable with that, you can just run a repeat battle, right? And just win. What should we buy in the surprise shop? Okay. The surprise shop. What should you, so for legal, for you know, PR, for legal reasons, you should use your crystals for refreshes. Okay. Now with that out of the way, dude, I low-key have I got 2 of the 3 coupons for this. I love Lucky Magic boxes. You guys should know that I am not the right person to answer this question. I love the surprise shop. I'm knee deep in these coupons, bro. I'm knee deep in them. You can't get me out of these coupons, man. Like, I love Lucky Magic boxes. I think the value here, especially at 500, you can't argue with value for Lucky Magic boxes at 500 crystals. That's really good. Make sure that you get every single thing that's offered for Mana Stones, right? Just make sure you get all the Mana Stone ones. It's totally worth it. Mana doesn't mean much, right? So just get whatever you can. Skip all this. I skip all this. And then what I would probably do is then you start prioritizing LDs, but it just depends on how much. Like, having the reapps is nice. Reapps is pretty nice, but you know, I will sometimes go for this if I have extras, but generally speaking, I'll do those. And then I go for the weekly specials. Sometimes I do go for the legendary runes, you know, because this is nice. Selecting a number and a main property. Whoa, dude, that's big. That's actually big. Honestly, this might be worth something, especially now that we have like refinement. The fact that like refinement exists in addition to reappraisal, right? So like just like I'm not gonna do it obviously, right? But if I really like this rune, right? Now you can do refinement as well, which keeps the substats, but re-rolls their values. So this has gotten even more valuable, right? So you can re-app a rune, then you can refine the rune, right? And so now you can almost craft your like sort of perfect situation here where you're like setting yourself up for success. How do you get the refinement stones? It's a reward from like the Temple of Chaos. It's in here. And then when you go to the oh, excuse me, that's actually, it's for the ranking rewards. It's the ranking rewards in here. So as long as you get at least Punisher 1, you're guaranteed to get some. That's why you should play it if you can. I missed it this time. It's my bad. I totally slipped. But this is something that you should make sure to do because you get the refinement stones like that to set yourself up for success. Okay. Mind taking a look at my artifact teams? They're kind of outdated, says Mr. PPHP. Do they clear, though, is the real question. Oh, I see. 24 seconds is amazing, though. 24 seconds is really good. Is this consistent is my question. Because if it's consistent, then it's not a problem, really. Because we live in a day and age where you want to clock the time so that way you can get the scout battles down to as fast as humanly possible. And then also you can repeat battle if you want to. Hola, Atrapando. What's up, Atrapando? How are you? I'm Octo. Nice. Awesome. Thank you, Brandwalk. Because this is fast, dude. This is not bad at all. I'm jealous. Salve, Emonzada. Boa tarde. Hola. Salve. Boa tarde. Boa tarde, Atrapando. Obrigado. Yeah, I had to switch it up on me. Yeah, dude. You got to keep me on my toes like that, right? Got to keep me on my toes. That one isn't together anymore because it was taken apart for the Drain team. Oh, for the Drain team? Oh, the Dragon team. I thought maybe it was a Thrain. Okay, well, I mean, if you want to, dude, I like to try to keep my. Let's see. So right now I'm using a variant on the Vampires Walking Dogs. What I did is I replaced Trickeroo for Seren. And the reason I did that is because she is one of only like 2 defense breaks in the game if we're counting the Aragorn skill 2 as 1. She's one of only 2 team up effects in the game that includes an innate defense break. So that is incredibly valuable going into this. I think your team was more efficient than mine was, right? This is pretty much like standard like starter team. I like to keep a free to play comp in here just so that way it's easy for me to reference for people if they need to. I think you could probably make it even stronger. If your Julie's still intact, you could maybe experiment with Frodo. That might be something to look into as well. I don't know if people are using Frodo for that, but you could. Okay. I would love some tips for arena offense with my available units. Oh, we got a Werner here. Mr. Frodo for Mr. PPHP. Oh my goodness, but bro is on crit damage. But does this? I don't know if he needs to be on crit damage though. Is it because of how fast this rune is? Because so here, right? I think you might be able to get further. Oh, he is on defense. He is on defense slot 4 and he's got that much crit damage? I guess it's only 100, but there's like some inefficiency in here. So this rune, right? This is a good rune in the sense that it's giving you good defense, but I think you might be able to instead change this up a little bit. Try to remove iterations of crit rate and crit damage. That's something I'm having to learn in RTA. Like a little tip is like just as much as what does a monster need? What does a monster not need? You know, that's something to kind of think about. And with Werner, he does not necessarily need crit damage and crit rate because if you have him dealing additional damage based on defense, doesn't really matter if you crit. You're going to deal damage regardless, right? Like if you got big, look at this. Yeah, additional damage by 25% of speed, 2% of defense here. We got 27% of speed, 6% of defense. Yeah, so dude, if I were to improve this, right? And I know I'm nitpicking a little bit though. I would probably try to see if you could find a little bit more HP if you can, because if he gets defense broken, it's really going to hurt. But like I would find a little bit more HP instead. And just try to remove sources of crit damage just because I think you can get more out of this. But it's not bad. This is very admirable defense. He also might want a little more accuracy. A little more accuracy would be really good so you can land the provokes, and then also so you can steal on skill 2. And then we got the Erechion. Nice, dude. Nice. And Elena. That's awesome. Kind of trash, but it's what I got. No, bro. No, it's okay. Werner. I hardly knew her. Carnegie. Dude, you're killing me right now. You're killing me, dude. I gotta say, I would love some tips for arena offense. I think I already read this one with my available units. Whoa! Wait. Oh, like, wait. Momo ISA. Oh my gosh. A Dandadan fan. We're Dandadan. We are all, bro, love Dandadan. Are you caught up with the manga? I love both the anime and the manga. They're spectacular. I am caught up in a manner of speaking. I'm like probably, I haven't read the last like two to three chapters, but otherwise I'm all caught up. Oh my God, look at this. Look at this speed team for Giants. The Lucifer with the Frodo. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, dude. I wish I could do this. I really wish I could do this. Not what you asked, though. You were asking about arena offenses. Thank you so much, Obi. Yo, hope you're doing well. Thank you, Obi. I hope you're doing well. I mean, can I hear about it yet? Oh. With the monsters that you have, I would love to leverage this, right? Do you have Leo? I haven't seen Leo anywhere. Because like a Leo Lucifer comp would be amazing for you, just in general, right? Now, was that team up Verd, Vamp, Lord team for the Steel Fortress or Punisher's Crypt? Oh, that was for Punisher's Crypt. You don't have the Leo. Ilmao. Am I pronouncing your name right, or is it Ilmao, or is it also first time? Welcome. I don't have a Leo now. Oh, dude, a Leo would just go so crazy, but we can find something else. So for arena offense, I am a sucker for just like consistent cleave options here, right? So I would love if we could maybe set up something with like AoE strip Galleon. Do you have a I actually do. I do have a meeting today. Thank you, Ultra Deathlord, for keeping me accountable with my meeting time. Is there something happening in California? What do you mean is something happening? Krampus is still in there. Suspicious. So, what do you have in terms of like AoE strip options? Like, I'm kind of looking through here and I saw that there's a Chung Pung. I don't really love, I have the water Nine-Tailed Fox. Removes beneficial effects on all enemies, removes one harmful effect of the allies afterwards, and increase. Whoa. What is her base speed? Whoa, she's actually, this is a really creative use of this monster. Arcana. What does Arcana do? When the enemy removes... Ah, yes, I have two of her. I have two of the collab version of her. Enemies 2 to 4 times to inflict continuous damage. That is a really creative AoE strip option. Ilmao. That's a really creative AoE strip. I like that. So if you were to follow that up with like Galleon, Lucifer, or like a Varad, you could go for like a control sort of comp, but really I think Kaki is perfect here. So that's what I do in arena offense, right? Let me just show you real quick. So super normal thing. I haven't really climbed too much, but let me just show, right? So like Poseidon, Tiana, Galleon, Kaki, just a classic Kaki cleave can sometimes be so good. You can always like you can add in a Lucifer instead of like the Poseidon if you want to. I like him for the attack lead, which is really nice, but I think that'd be great for you. I think something like that would probably be it. With the Water Nine-Tailed Fox, again, great find. That AoE strip option is awesome. That's why I really appreciate some of the monsters in Summoner's War, because there are things that will fit the role. There's a lot of monsters. It's like, yeah, we could use like any number of things to achieve the same goal. Wind Archer is counter for Centauro. I need today. Shige Ninja. Okay, going back into the chat real quick. PPHP, that team was for the Punisher's Crypt as well. My Timu Tiana. The Timu Tiana is amazing, dude. Valeu. Valeu. No. Oh, anytime. Anytime. You're welcome, dude. Muito obrigado, irmão. Okay. Necro speed team help? Wait, what are you trying to do with this? Let's see if I can. So you might be onto something that... Okay. So we got multiple team ups here. Dude, like this actually looks very efficient. Are you just trying to figure out like where to like squeeze in extra damage? Is that the idea here? 31% attack. Definitely not Maxi. What's up, Maxi? Like, truly something that I'm seeing here, right? So there is room for slight amounts of improvement with the Abigail. I think Abigail is one of those monsters that's like kind of, I think this is the one. Yeah, this is probably the one to like refine a little bit. So it's a really common meme too that my Abigail has 0% accuracy. That's like genuinely zero, not even an artifact, and it still works. I think that you could benefit a lot from like little bits of like crit rate here and there. So like for instance, this rune is not grinded and not gemmed. You could gem out res for this one if you wanted to, but you might use this elsewhere, so just be careful. Just double check where you're using this rune. But it's like you can grind this, you can gem it. I think a little bit more crit rate would go a really long way because it's like you have all this crit damage. It's not necessarily unlocked because it's behind this. Like this rune actually could potentially change. It's fairly easy to change slot 2 speed. You know what I mean? Because sorry guys, I tapped the mic. Because all of the speed slot 2s are going to be the same value, right? So if you could find a speed slot 2, like a violent speed slot 2 with more crit rate, I think that would be really good for you. Because your team is looking phenomenal. And then from there, like your time is really good. From there, you just start looking into other ways to like cram attack in here. Like if you could eventually get a set of fight runes on your rogue, you know, or your Ikaru, or what have you. I couldn't remember if you're using a shaman. If you're using shaman, that'd be great. If that slot 4 had one more grindable instead of res, could be really nice refinement target. Yeah, that's what as well. That as well. Right? Let's just look at it one more time. So just to read that again, now that we have eyes on it too. If that slot 4 had one more grindable instead of res, could be really nice refinement target. That's such a good point. Well said, Maxi. But I think that's going to be my recommendation to you. It's try to find more sources of crit rate here, because right now your crit damage isn't really getting touched. You can actually, I know it sounds crazy. You could technically lose some accuracy as well if you want to. Like because obviously it's hard to tell somebody, oh, get more of this without giving something else up. With Abigail, it's fairly safe to give up a little bit of accuracy, because I swear to you, on 0% accuracy, she still works. It's a meme on this channel, and it even has a short on the YouTube channel to show it. It's crazy, like how real that is. And then we've got the Shaman here, which is awesome. Shaman is also one of those monsters that benefits more from crit damage than attack. So if you ever wanted to, you could... Like, I don't know where he moves on the comp just because I haven't seen all the monsters in here, but like make sure he moves last, which is great. But these can be anything. I think mine is slot 6 HP, actually. So this can be anything, because crit damage, like max HP scaling monsters scale more based off crit damage than attack. So just keep that in mind as you move forward, and then you can look for more opportunities to like apply fight runes as necessary. Like let's go back here. I just want to see, let's go to my profile, because we're using basically the same comp here. We really, like, where's mine? Basically the same comp, right? So I'm using Abigail, I'm using Rauk, I'm using Ikaru, Aster, and Shaman for 37 seconds at the fastest. And then real quick, let's just jump in here. Where's my Abigail? There she is. So this is 86% crit rate. So I went for more. Oh, I actually re-ruined her because now she's got some accuracy. I wonder what happened to her. What did I do? Now she's suddenly got accuracy. Still hasn't seen my account. And we were like in the same guild for 2 years. I'm too scared to show him my account. Havoc, why would you be scared to show me? I just talked about you on stream the other day, by the way, Havoc. I forget what the context was. It was about one of your LDs, though. I forget which one. Though, but it was about one of your LDs. Crit rate, leveraging more crit rate is great just because it... I think I must have re-ruined my Abigail, though. Because of that. One day, Havoc. Please, how much you hated me? Stop, Havoc. Would cease. Ooh, Quaker Oats, big fan. Wait, does that mean I can drop some Wind Homie's attack for crit damage, or does he need attack? You can drop some attack for crit damage. Let's look at mine. Let's look at mine just for fun. So what is the attack on this thing? I think, oh, do I have it on? Oh, I have it on attack. Sorry, guys. So technically, yeah, you could, but like, I don't care if it dies because it has the passive. So, you know, but yeah, let's look at this. See, look at this HP. I've got it on slot 6 HP. So you don't need to go attack, crit damage, attack. And then the reason why you don't necessarily put it on speed though, even though he doesn't necessarily use the speed, he doesn't need it. It's that I need him to be slow, right? So you see the method to the madness. The method to the madness here is that I don't have him on slot 2 speed because I need him to be slow. Could use Lin 2 instead of Shaman, 100%. So the reason why I use Shaman here is partially a guide bias, right? So it's like when I tell people like, here's a starter team for Giants, Dragons, Necro, I can now recommend you the same damage dealer. I'm telling you to build, now I'm not making you build more monsters. You know what I mean? I'm helping your resources go further. In theory, that's kind of how I justify the method to the madness. So you could absolutely use Lin, you could do whatever. Shaman is kind of just brought back from like, oh, we're using him in Necro, so we could use him in Dragons. We could also use him in Giants. That's the idea. But technically, yes. So if you're trying to scale something based, if you're using max HP scaling damage, you emphasize crit damage over attack. That's why we like ruin Veramos the way we do, right? Veramos we ruin on rage, speed, crit damage, HP on 246 because, and he still pumps out like crazy amounts of damage, is because he scales more based off crit damage than attack. Hey, drink some water. Thank you, dude. Thank you for looking out. Very good looking out. Thank you. All right. I love this rune, by the way. Whoa, 49% attack? Oh my God. Holy heavens to Betsy. That is so much attack. I also love that rune. Under the Mask. So that was the Necro Speed team. Wade and Olivia need help with arena offense. Did you say arena offense or did I? Arena offense. You did say arena offense. I thought maybe I was making that up. Let me check your arena defense, even though you didn't ask for it. Okay. You technically don't need like a super solid arena defense until like way later, like if you were to decide that you really wanted to take it seriously or something like that. Like, you know, back in the day, we used to have the term like farming defense, right? We used to have that as a term. We don't really do that as much anymore now that like, now that the towers are no longer responsible for giving you passive buffs in the background. Now it's all linked to your tower here, your like main summoner tower instead of the buildings. Okay, looking at arena offenses, and chat, let me know if you see something I don't. Look at that, we got a cocky, and we also have dots. Something I don't often reference is that a dot strategy is really good for arena offense if you have the necessary pieces. Like earlier today, we looked at an account. Was it Cool Guy? I think it was Cool Guy's account, right? Cool Guy's account had a ton of dot options. Like we had Lenora, we had Rika, we had Amber. Amber's a great closer for like dot team strategies, especially in arena. You'd be so surprised how often it's like, if you can't crack the code on an arena defense, more often than not, you can bring dots to destroy it. I noticed there's no more fodder defenses almost anymore. Is that the reason? Could be the case. like if people are new to the game, they typically don't put a lot of effort into the arena defenses, but like, yeah, now it's actually like safer to take it more seriously. So before, the method to the madness was that we would have farming defenses, which were there for the intent to lose, which sounds counterintuitive, but the benefit there is that then you stay within a range in the beginning that allows you to easily get wins to rack up more glory points. And then you spend those glory points to upgrade your towers, which then give you passive bonuses in the background. That is obviously no longer the case, and now you just get those level ups passively as you level up. So there's no need for it, you know? Aya is nice for offense. This is definitely not Mark. Did we see? Maybe there's not an Aya in here, but that's nice. Aya is something else. Aya is so good as arena offense because the AD have many debuffs. Like, whoa. Boa noite, lindinho. Good night, chat. Hey, Rato. Boa noite. Boa noite, lindo. Mark? I'm offended. Mark. Wait, you're offended? Why are you offended? Why are you offended? Definitely, why is Maxi offended? Varamos, Juno, Jessica, Aya. You called me Mark? Did I call you Mark? I love that Evan is 50% Brazilian. We love you. Eu também. Eu amo Brasil. Eu sou quase brasileiro. Mais ou menos. Hey, if I called you Mark, I apologize. I fully believe that what you're saying is true, by the way. I fully believe that what you're saying is true, Maxi. So, I apologize. I was gonna say, dude, but if I did, you should know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to invalid. When I called you Mark, which was wrong of me, Maxi. I'm sorry about that. I did it in a fugue state. I couldn't even recall doing that. That's my bad. Okay. So looking into this, right? Varamos, Juno, Jessica, Aya. It's a great comp. Great suggestion. Oh, and you have Thrain here for when we want to dot people, which is great. We got the Leo, we got the Lucian, we got the... Okay, so you can go like a classic cleave comp with like the Leo Lucian. Like Leo Lucian strategy dates back to like the dinosaurs, you know? And there's a reason for it. No problem. Lucy, well, it was good chatting with you, Evan, but I gotta go. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much, dude. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was really nice chatting with you too. Honestly, chat, like, this is why I love doing account reviews streams. It's so nice just like getting to talk and like, you know, just have a conversation like about Summoner's War. So thank you guys for being here, for engaging, for bringing discussions and bearing with me when I accidentally call Maxi Mark, which I don't remember doing, but I do believe Maxi. I do believe you. Let me take a sip of coffee. I'm trying to get to the point where I'm bouncing off the walls. Okay? Evan, focus up. Octoman in chat. You got it, bro. You have Leo Lucian as an option if you just want to cleave people. Otherwise, you can do a dot strategy. You have Thrain. You have Sath. You can try to dot folks. You just need to find a way to kind of live while you do it. So you could bring Second Awaken Vigor to keep you alive if you wanted to. You just need something to keep you kind of... I think Riley might be better to just kind of sustain you while you do it. And of course, you just got to make sure that they don't do anything to you. They don't cleanse the buffs. So look out for opportunities like that. You can also bring a Varamos if they have a lot of debuffs too. I don't know if you have Aya. If it is, it's probably in your storage. But just keep that in mind when you go forward. I need help with my RTA team. Yes! I feel like we haven't talked about RTA like at all. I forced it on somebody earlier. We didn't, but I didn't get to. Oh, chat, popping off. Zeramak says, what's your honest take on SW still being the only gacha with no pity system? It's long overdue in there. I think, so long with the pity system, there's long overdue. I think the devs have kind of like, so this is Evan. So you're asking for my opinion. So Evan's opinion, not the devs, not come to us opinion. This is just Evan. I think the devs have done a decent job of trying to like find like other options when in the absence of it. And they've kind of dipped their toe into stuff. We got the special summon, but of course we don't have like a standard pity. Instead they do like those limited time events where people can kind of like choose the Nat 5 that they want. And I honestly do think that that's like a good like workaround for it. Whoa. Automod cat Luman, dude. Bro, don't do that here. That's so I don't know where you think you are. But that's not the sort of language we use here, brother. I'm sorry about that. Sounds like maybe you had a hard day. It's all good, dog. It's all good. But try to keep in mind, like, we're hanging together, okay? Okay. So, with that in mind, I do think that there could be room for something like that, by the way. I feel like we don't need pity considering the amount of free stuff we get, says definitely not Maxi. Me over here done with all my wings for the day, says Fluffy Lions. Nice job, bro. Nice job. Okay. It's a cool desk. Thank you. Help Stark. We've been like upgrading the desk. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much, dude. That was a cool desk. Thank you. Thank you, bro. I've been spamming Wind Draken all day. Oh, bro, you have to know that I 100% would be doing that if I could. Sorry, guys. Let me chat up with more. The Luman's message caught me off guard, if I'm being honest. I'm glad Automod caught it, but, you know, come on. So then we got Fluffy Lions, me over here. We got Private Wings. What's going on? Sulik Gaming. Any tips for TOA 100? I've been having a hard time getting to the boss. I die in round 3. Dying in round 3? You know what? I actually do have recommendations for how to assist that. Perfect. Okay. We're gonna time him out. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, bro. Sorry about that. Just think about the language. We can chat. When you're ready to have just a conversation, we can talk, bro. But there's no need for all that. All right. Octoman here. I switched from YouTube. All right. Perfect. Brand walk. Let's do this. Talking about RTA strategies. So if you have a Reshion, I would maybe recommend spamming a Reshion because he's pretty solid. But let's go around. What I want to... Okay, here's what I want from you while I go and peruse through your monster collection. What are you currently using in RTA? What's your current draft? Would love to hear what you're currently using, but I just want to go around and look for, like, standouts. We got Josephine, so we know we got, like, a counter pick option here. Halbstark, not Elsharion, but Ereshion. He just got like a really nice buff in the balance patch. He has a 33% speed lead now. He is the Wind Draken Warrior. The Wind Draken Warrior. Not Dragon Knight, but Draken Warrior. Oh, you have Lamila. Bro, yes. And you've got a Jongnam. We got this. I swear, Praha is... Who was I just talking to about this? Was it Raigeki? Was I talking to Raigeki about this? Like, Praha is never not good. Excuse the double negative. Praha is always good. She's just very, very stat hungry. She wants everything. I mean, she wants to crit. She needs HP. She needs speed. She needs accuracy. And if she needs HP, she needs defense. Like, you know, so stat hungry. What a great monster. Phenomenal pick. But, like, she's very stat hungry. So I don't think I'm going to tell you to rune her. We might be able to do something with Zabala here, and I'm also kind of a low-key fan of Werner. Been using Ragdoll, Wusa, my Zerath, and my Lamila. So it sounds like you have some really fun LDs that we can maybe choose from in the back. And it sounds like you also really like to kind of play Bruiser. Your account seems like maybe it's a little bit Bruiser. Oh, bro, rest in peace, Vendhan. I don't know how bad the nerf was, by the way. I haven't gotten a chance to really play around with it. With Vendhan since then. Oh, dude. You should absolutely throw Angela in the mix if you're not already. Angela with the Wusa is really good. So Wusa's become kind of like more popular recently. So he's become more popular recently because of the existence of the Water Gandalf. Whoa! Verd! What are you doing here? What are you doing here, Verd? That's awesome. I've never seen that before. Bro's just walking. All right, later, Bird. That's hilarious. Bro's just drop it. Bro's just drop it in. He just dropped in for a second. What is going on? Dude, he fell out of my Dragons comp. What up, Bird? So you should throw an Angela in the mix if you're using Wusa. Wusa's more popular because of the Water Gandalf. So if you get him, you should definitely leverage the Wusa. Oh, and just have a Misty in the back foot too. So you're using your Ragdoll, you said you're using Wusa. I would suggest throwing an Angela in the mix because she can just really make things even crazier. This unit's very good. By the way, the scaling is great. Raigeki told me about this. And I don't think I quite realized it too. I don't think I realized how good this monster's scaling is on skill 3. I would recommend you try this out. I got to see like a little bit of testing done with this unit with not the most insane runes you've ever seen, and the damage was extremely potent. So I would really recommend exploring like using this unit. Oh, you also have the Keelan Slasher here. Okay. Oh, and the Water Gandalf. Wait, oh, dude, wait a minute. Hold on. Now we're cooking. So now we're cooking here. So if you've got the Water Gandalf, which is actually like, people are loving this unit. This might be people's favorite unit from the collaboration, so congratulations. But if you can run him, Ragdoll, run Angela, run Wusa, and then like one more, like Lamila, crazy. And Wind Cookie. Yes, dude. So Gandalf, Water Gandalf, Wind Cookie, Angela, Ragdoll, Wusa, +1. And the last one can be your flex pick. That can be Josephine. The only thing is if you do Josephine, I think you lack a little bit of damage. Oh, lack damage. What am I talking about? We're reflecting damage, baby. What do we care about direct damage? We reflect it. Havoc. I got myself a Wind Gandalf, a Water Gandalf, and Fire Aragorn. I want a 5-star Legolas. I hope it comes to you, bro. You have great summoning luck for sure. And you can't... honestly, the tricks in the mix is not bad. Also, this girl's good, too. These are good. They're a little bit more towards like a debuff comp sort of thing, to be honest. Yeah, but this is also like... this is nice. I could see you running a tricks sometimes. But really, dude, like I would leverage what we're talking about right now. The Water Gandalf, Wusa, Angela, Ragdoll, Lamila, or like have that last pick be Flex. This is insane. This is insane. I think it's amazing. Evan, I've been seeing a lot of like Vanessa Triton, Byung, and something else generally in Arena. How would you counter that? Vanessa Triton, Byung Chol, something else? Honestly, dude, dots too? Like dots are really good. And Brandwalk. So, dude, you have a lot of... you're going to have a lot of fun. The only thing is that it's less of a debuff comp and it's more of like... it's all the buffs for you. You're just going to like shield up, reflect damage, deal damage with Lamila, take lots of turns because of Gandalf and Ragdoll. Like you have like a dream kind of situation. I really hope I hope it works out for you because I think it's going to be really fun. I really think it should be fun. So let us know how it goes. If you're down, please come back, report, tell us how the wings go. Maybe show us some replays or something. I think that could be fun to see. So with the Vanessa Triton Byung, so they're really trying to go first. So the way that you can get around that, Konagi, is you can either bring a Leo to disrupt that, because usually Tritons are like ruined to be so fast that they're not always on will. So you could disrupt it with Leo, push that back, so that way the initial push is not there. You could also do something where it's like you try to outlast it and do like a dot comp. Like my first thought there would be like a Nora. If you bring Nora, the Fire Totemist, in there, you're taking hits, you're applying a bunch of dots on them. I think that could also go pretty well. Awesome. Thank you, Brandwalk. That was really fun to see. Okay, guys, I think I've got time for like one or two quick ones if we've got any more, but I do have to go fairly soon because I do have a meeting this afternoon. Ultra Deathlord was very wise to remind me of that, so thank you. Help me. This is okay. XO Aki. I'm in all chat channel 11. Let me know what you need help with. I'm a little lost right now, struggling even versus lab bosses. Oh, dude, so the labyrinth bosses, by the way, meeting with me to discuss how much he hates me. Let me see what I do. Where's Tartarus? There's Tartarus. So for this, so my team is not exactly free to play because I do bring Brandia. right? But you could do something, and also Wusa. Sorry about that. I have both of them. I'm using not necessarily free to play. Oh, why is this on easy? Let's go to heck, bro. So this one I use Shina, I use Galleon, I use the Fire Lightning Emperor, and I do use Brandia. But Brandia can be replaced for damage. You know, Second Awakened Crow does do something very similar as well. And then the water one, you can solo it with Chow. I don't know if you have Chow the Water Dragon Knight, but if you have Chow the Water Dragon Knight, you can also just kind of solo it. Okay, but let me see. I wanted to do this. Will you help my dragons? Your dragons team isn't consistent? What is your dragons team? Oh. So, something I noticed in this one as well. I did notice that with Shina, you lack the attack bar pushback that you need to make sure that your Fire Centaur Knight can get that extra hit in or make it that impactful. So let me just look at this really quickly. So where is my thing? So this guy, when attacking on your turn, deals damage that ignores defense in proportion to the attack speed difference and increases your attack speed for 1 turn. Something that's really nice about having a Lauren on this comp, I do love, is that she applies a slow. So it furthers the difference between your speed and theirs as well. I do love that. I do really love that that works. So I would give that a try. I still have her. You get the attack bar pushback, makes it easier to get another hit in on the boss. It's going to slow it down a little bit, and it doesn't help that like his skill animations are so slow anyway, right? But that's what I would say. So to Falcon and also Aki, message in chat channel 11. Would love to see. Whoa, sharing some units here. Super tanky Nefties. PK, what's up, Mr. Penguin King? It's PK. Good to see you, dude. I see you with 5 lanterns. Sorry, Omal. I'll do it later. I'll do it. I promise. Shun as well. Ignores defense when attacking a target tied by the shadow and increases. Wait a minute. How does this guy get a turn? How are you getting a turn with 5 speed? This must be tuned very, very precisely, because +5 speed is crazy. +5 is insane. I was gonna say, this has got to be a Leo comp, right? This has got to be with Leo. Anti-Leo specifically. Nice. Good for you, dude. Good for you, brother. That's awesome. Dude, 20k additional HP on this guy. Holy heavens to Betsy. With all the attack, tons of crit rate. Dude, this is awesome. Okay, so then we got Lego Rec. Having gone several years, so much of the game has changed. What do you recommend as a good starting point to catch up? Lego Rec. Sorry, I know I skipped people. My bad. Lego Rec. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep track of multiple chats. Lego Rec. Honestly, I know that the game has changed a lot. You are in a good position where it's like dungeons are like the first thing I would tell people to do. You've already done Trial of Ascension. What do you feel like you're potentially missing out on? Like, if you are getting some artifacts is good, getting a good foundation of artifacts, doing a ×30 run of every dungeon is also really important because it lowers the average time for scout battles. It lowers the average time for scout battles. So it's like the default timing for scout battles, every run is like 2 minutes long. But if you run a repeat battle of ×30, it sets it down lower. So that's what I would recommend. Competing at a higher level than where I left at. Dude, I can tell. Honestly, you look like you're pretty well set up. And also with the Lucifer front and center, let's just jump on the island and see what's going on. Like, oh, dude, and you've got the Gandalf. I hate to sound like a broken record, but this unit seems so fun. I really want to play with him and Wusa. Like, this is such a fun, like, design for a character. Because we've talked about this on stream before, but there were only legitimately 3 monsters in the game. Like, not monster families, just 3 monsters that had this buff, the reflect damage buff. It was like one of the serpents. It was not the cam. What's his name? The dark elemental, Camools, not camel, Camools. And then one more. It's like nobody used them. It was an under-designed buff, so it's so cool to see it used here. But check it out. Do Gandalf get attack bar from shield runes? No. So that's the thing. So Aelmel, Gandalf, and Angela, neither of them trigger off of shield runes. Technically, the buff that is given from shield runes is not the shield beneficial effect that they look at. And that's true for both of them. So for whatever reason, shield runes do not give the shield buff. They give a specific shield rune beneficial effect. I wish that wasn't the case, but unfortunately it is. I do see why it would be kind of problematic, though, because like units starting the game with a shield now creates kind of this interesting thing, and that also has a whole bunch of repercussions for somebody like Gandalf. Same name in game is weird, yeah, but you know what else is kind of weird too is that like the Endure runes share the name with the Endure buff. Like there's a couple moments in the game where it's like those things kind of overlap, and I personally do wish that maybe we could change those around just for clarity. You know what I mean? So it's like Endure runes increase your resistance, but we have exactly the same Endure buff in the game that prevents your HP from falling below 1. And then we've got the shield from shield runes, and then we got the shield as the shield beneficial effect. I know it's complicated and it's a little convoluted. I think that maybe there could be room to change those, if I'm honest. But I do see why starting with a shield would have repercussions. Like for instance, right, increases your attack bar by 20% whenever an ally with a shield is attacked. In addition, removes one harmful effect on allies with the shield whenever you gain a turn. So having him start with it is a little bit different. Or it could be, it carries baggage. Evan, appreciate the stream. Love your videos. You rock. TNT Fox, thank you so much, dude. That makes me feel honestly, that's a very fulfilling and very sweet message. That just made my afternoon. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you to say. And hopefully we should have some more videos coming soon, by the way. We have a lot in the tank. It's just we haven't been able to, like, you know, a little glimpse in the production pipeline. I've mentioned my friend and editor, Michael. He's been pulled away to other projects for a little while, but we're hopeful that we'll be able to get those videos back on track soon. You can look forward to more shorts coming out soon, but in terms of, like, new guides, we have some written and we've got a few recorded, so you can look forward to those too. Thank you for the shout out. So continuing down our recommendations here, Joe Gun is super good again, by the way. Super good, by the way. So I know that he was broken when he was released, and now he's back to being really good. So I would recommend taking a look at that guy. You have multiple Leos. Heck yeah, brother. Hathor, who just got Oblivion on skill 3. Have not tried her out yet. I'm really wanting to try Ganymede again too. Like, if I could just catch a glimpse of the Ganny Hathor days, I think that'd be phenomenal. I'd love to try that. Yeah, and you've got Vritra as well, like back here. Vritra's just fun. I don't know if I'd necessarily recommend him. So you have like the makings for like a cleave comp, if you want to use that. I don't know what you're playing with right now. You've got like snipe options with Kashmir. You have cleave with Eludia and Lucifer, plus Leo Lucifer, which I'm sure you're very familiar with using the combo. Or you could play a little slower and go Bruiser. Like, I don't know if it's necessarily in your nature, but like picking, like having Hagang, having Gandalf, it's too much water, but having them plus Wusa, like Wusa plus Gandalf really is like a really solid comp. But it's very opposite to Cleave. So if you prefer moving fast, like getting kills, it's probably not for you, but it's still great. I can't make a 100% Force Reborn Beast team. I use your guide Verd, Fran, Double Dogs, but it fails now and then. Any slow but 100% safe teams for it. Let me see. Let's go see what I use real quick. So Forest of Roaring Beasts. Is this what I'm using? I think I think it's device specific, because this does not look to be my team currently. Actually, you know what? Let's check strategy info real quick just to see if anybody's using anything that, like, what's the haps? Like, what's the haps on here? Looks like people are kind of using the same situation. People sometimes bring a Spectra in here too for the max HP damage scaling. You can lower the speed and the attack. The Verd is very common. The Lauren's very common. Seems like some people drop the Lauren to go for Fran and Double Dogs. I do love the Double Dogs, dude. The multiple dogs is great. Any idea of any 100%? It might be a situation. CV Cram, by the way, is asking for help with arena defense. But what I didn't, I interrupted myself. Sorry about that. In terms of like 100% team, it might be tough without like looking directly at the runes. Getting decent artifacts helps. Yeah, Fox, it does. For real. Check artifacts. Make sure everybody has them as well. I know that sounds really redundant, but sometimes people forget that it's like, you should always just have artifacts on it, regardless of quality, just because it's an extra lump sum of stats as well, which is great. Wind Draken no longer Storage Guardian? Yes, Private Wings, he's great now. People are spamming him and really enjoying him, I think. So chat, would you hit this defense? Would you hit this defense? That's my question to you. I think I might. I think I would hit this defense. So let's see what we can do to kind of improve it in the background. And chat, keep your eyes open for other options. I liked the Darien. I like Leica as well. Well, remember that there's a Vanessa here. There's a Trevor. Yeah, the Darien's pretty cool. Just checking back here to see if there's anything else. Okay. If we want to make kind of a fun... Oh, I love Amarna. It's hard for me to say to take out Amarna. But, like, you could do Shahat, Darien, plus something else. Like, this guy can just kind of get... This guy can just get damage out. So he inflicts continuous damage on the enemy for 3 turns when attacking, but he inflicts additional damage that is 7% of his max HP when you attack on your turn. In addition, increases your attack bar by 10% whenever the enemy is inflicted with continuous damage. This guy can just smoke people. Like, he is powerful. So you could go for something like that if you want to out-sustain people. I think he might be a decent option. Leica is also technically a decent option. We tend to prefer fire just because Leo Lucian is such a staple that it's like we tend to favor fire because then you're at least imposing a chance to glance, right? That's the idea. That's the method behind the madness. So that's kind of why I even like quickly bypass water, right? I go straight to fire when I'm looking at this. Vanessa's not bad, but I find that Vanessa's... I'd prefer like an HP lead or something in that position. So let's remember that we have Leica. And please let me know if you guys are seeing anything that I'm not. But I think we go something like a Shahat. We go a Darien. You could even do a Huadam plus a healer if you wanted to. There's something to be said for that. It's just that Huadam's not great against AoE, which is kind of problematic. You know, you probably should wrap up shortly because of my meeting. Oh, you're 100% right. This will be the last one. Thank you. So let me say this. So guys, let me know if you guys see an option in here for that 4th monster. Like, what should that 4th monster be for them? And while you... Oh, maybe Velajul. Maybe Velajul, actually, but we just lack healing. I just want a little bit of healing. A Velajul would be kind of sick. Guys, I want to say thank you so much to everybody for hanging out today. This has been a really fun stream. Thank you for the discussion. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for everything. Use command SWGC, please. The Guardians Club is open for registration in 2026. It's always a big deal when registration opens up. If you match the prerequisites, you should absolutely join. Like, it can only benefit you. It's free to be a part of. You get really cool merch, and you get access to really fun, like, Summoners War events, like the Guardians Club tournament, etc., the team event, and more. So thank you so much. I apologize for the short stream. I got to run for the meeting. If you're on Twitch, stay in chat. We're going to raid somebody. Bye, everybody. See